Hello and welcome back to the Julie the Knitter podcast. This is episode 29 and this is a podcast mainly about knitting and whatever crafty stuff I happen to be getting myself into during the week. I'm coming to you from Queens, New York, where I live with my handsome husband, my two crazy kids, and my wild beast of a dog. And hi, welcome back to anybody who is coming back to us. I know it's been a little while, and there's just been so much going on around here in the Julie the Knitter household that finding time to sit down and record has been a little difficult, but that does not mean that there has not been any crafty goodness going on here, because guys, I have so much to tell you about today. If you are just joining us, hi, I'm glad you stopped by, and don't expect this many finished objects every episode, because this is a little unusual. It's just been, it's probably been about a month and a half since I've recorded. So that being said, I'm just gonna dive right into it. So the last time we spoke, I was this close to being finished with my Ixchel sweater, which is a pattern by Catherine Clark, and this was a pattern in the issue number 27, I believe it was, a Pom Pom Quarterly magazine, and that issue, the theme was the moon, so all the patterns had something to do with the moon or lunar something or other, and it was really, there was a lot of really interesting interpretations of the moon. My favorite being this Ixchel sweater, and this is an all-over colorwork sweater, which was a little intimidating at first. I really liked the sweater, but I wasn't quite ready, so it took me a while to cast this sweater on. But, you know, over the past year, I had knit and finished the Knitter's Dude sweater for my husband, which had quite a bit of color work, and I guess it boosted my confidence quite a bit, that I was like, you know what, let me cast this on. What's the worst that can happen? I either hate it and I tear it all out and I do something else, or, you know, or it's awesome. And well, guys, this pattern was so awesome. I really enjoyed every second of knitting the sweater. Now, I am not going to try the sweater on because it is about 90 degrees out there, and I turned the air off because it's just so noisy, and I felt like you'd either hear the air conditioning or you can hear me. So while we're recording, I've got the air off, and it's just too darn hot, so you're just gonna have to use your imagination. So without further ado, this is my finished Ixchel sweater, and I can't wait for some cooler weather so I can wear it. I knit this up out of Sweet Sparrow yarns in her Gosling Base, which is an 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon blend. I use two colors. The purple here is Joni, which is this nice light lavender lilac kind of color, and the second color is Butterbeer. They're both the same base, but you can see that the sweater is color work all over. It's got this nice little phases of the moon going across the top of the chest, and then it comes down. It's a little wrinkled from being folded up, but it's got this pattern going all the way across and then ribbing on the bottom. It's a little bit of color work on the top of the arm. There's more of the moon phases going across the top of the arm here, which is right on the crease. And that was that. It was really such a pleasure to knit. The sleeve island did not take quite so long as you would have imagined, because it actually knit up faster than the rest of the sweater, which is shocking because this is probably the fastest sweater I've ever made in an adult size sweater. I guess because there was less color work. Does anybody else notice that color work patterns, when you're knitting them, they just like fly by? The only issue that I do have with this sweater is that right here, I probably should have gone up a size with the color work, needle size with the color work here, because it's slightly snug, but I have, as a result, like the plain knitting right here kind of bunches up a little bit when I wear it. So I'm sure that, I don't know, maybe I can adjust it while I'm wearing it down the line, but I do notice that it kind of bunches a little bit, and I don't love that. So, you know, something to keep in mind next time I'm knitting a color work sweater. But the fit is really nice. I knit this up see if I have the paperwork right here. I know that I did not change needle sizes from what the pattern calls for, so I think I knitted up in size 4. A size 4 and a size 2, I believe. I will tell you. So I knit the 40-inch bust size. The sweater calls for about 0 to 2 inches of positive ease, and let's see. I don't know. I guess that's probably about right. I think I do wound up with about 2 inches of positive ease. But yes, so a size 2 and a size US 4 size needle. I really enjoyed knitting this. It was so nice to be able to sit and pick it up, and the color work, while it wasn't really overwhelming, there were times where you were working with several different charts at the same time, and you have to remember like where you are and count like increases and decreases at the same time. That was probably the most complicated part. That wasn't the whole sweater though, so that, thank goodness for that. But so you have this gorgeous pattern on the front. It is also on the back. The back comes up a little bit more. It's a crew neck top. I believe it was it a tubular cast on that I did? Now I don't remember. It's been a little while since I cast it off. I think I cast it off about a month and a half ago. I probably finished it the day after I recorded last. I didn't have all that much left to go the last time we spoke. But all my ends are woven in. It's blocked. It is ready to be worn. It's just too damn hot out there. So, you know, once the fall comes along and we have some cooler weather, I am looking forward to wearing this. So that's that. Now, once I finish that, I cast on a few smaller projects, and they were just flying off my needles. So first, I did a test knit for Lost and Fawned on Instagram. She is Lyndsy Fowler, and she is a great sock designer. She's just got such cute patterns. I really like her sock patterns. I've test knit for her before, and I left my sock blockers in the other room, so that's had to bear with me. But I knit up these socks for her. They are the Wandering Lost socks. The pattern is out now, so you can find it on Ravelry and knit your very own. I don't think I have the name on here, do I? Wandering Lost. I'm pretty sure that's what it is called. I'm sorry, I'm a little out of practice today. I haven't done this in a while. Wandering Lost Socks by Lyndsy Fowler. These socks were knit up in yarn by So Happy Jane in her Wishmaker colorway, and I used her All American Sock Base, which is an 80-20 blend of superwash merino and nylon, which I like that blend. It's a good sturdy blend. It's soft and nice. And these were no exception. They felt really nice. I don't know if the color is looking slightly greener on camera, but it's this real nice light blue. Maybe that's a little bit better. The top of the foot and the front of the leg have this nice little lace detail going all the way down, and then you do the toe. But then there's this awesome XO cable detail all along the back of the leg, and there's an option to do a patterned heel, which I did, or you could do a standard heel flap and gusset. She provides instructions for both. But I figured, why be practical? Why? So I didn't. I did the cable all the way down the heel, and I think they're really awesome. I really enjoy that detail on the back of the leg. I've said this before in other patterns I've knit. I just think there's something so nice about them. It reminds me of like seam stockings from back in the 40s and 50s. And that's that. So I have 2 socks. They're all both done. Pattern was really nice to knit. It's got a nice rounded toe, a twisted rib cuff, and they fit pretty nicely. I knit them up for myself. I wasn't sure if they would fit properly because when I picked the size that I did, I picked the 56 stitch size, which is what I would normally knit for myself. But then forgetting that cables tend to draw things in, I wasn't sure if they'd be a little too snug, and then I was going to pass them off to my daughter. But they fit just nice, just fine, like a dream. So I kept them for myself. So now I'm ready to put those away for my socks come winter. But feeling bad that I told my daughter that those socks might be for her, and I kept them for myself, I cast on another pair of socks for her. Now, these socks, I did not weave in my ends. I did not block them yet. They've been sitting here, and I keep forgetting. But these are the Ixchel Cottage Socks by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade. And she has the Secret Sock Society, I believe it's called. And this was the first sock that she released. It's got this nice, really simple, lacy detail. I feel like it's not really coming across, but it's gorgeous. It's really nice. I like the way it came out. These are going to block out really nicely. I did knit these up with a sock set from the Red Pansy, and this was a set that was she's been releasing sock sets inspired by Jane Austen characters. And guys, if you don't know anything about me, you should know that I'm a sucker for Jane Austen. I cannot resist her. And Elizabeth Bennett, no less. So this is an Elizabeth Bennett inspired sock set. So the cuff, heel, and toes are this real pale blush pink, really pale. I think they're coming off, my lighting is really weird in here today, I'm sorry. And they've got some speckles. There's little chartreusey green and browns and little purples. And you see a little bit of those colors come through in this, what appears very brown in person, or at first glance, is really a, depends on the lighting. You see it's got a lot more colors going on in there. It's really nice kind of tonal color. But a lot of the colors that are in the speckle appear also in this darker color here. So you see some of the pinks, there's some of that chartreusey green. See, that's showing it a little better. And that's that. I did not weave in my ends. I did not block them. I'm actually going to set these aside for Christmas. What? I have a Christmas stuff done now? Who am I? I'm so proud of myself. So, Christmas present 1, done. So that's that. I knit them up on a size 1 needle. And see, I've got plenty of this yarn left over here. Maybe you'll be able to see the color. No, it's just the lighting. I have the light on. But you can see there's a lot more colors going on in there. And it's awesome. I really enjoyed that. The contrast in color, I only have a little bit left. There, you can see that a bit better. It's not really focusing, but you see you got that chartreuse and little pinks and browns and different colors in there. Excuse me. So those are my Ixchel Cottage socks. Oh man, Julia, you've got so many finished objects. But wait, there's more. So the Ripple Crop Top by Jessie May has been making the rounds, and everybody and their brother is making it. It is not the Ripple Crop Top, it is Ripple Bralette. Now I lengthened mine to more of a crop top, and it comes to right above my belly button. But I knit it up in this gorgeous yarn by Babbles Knits, Babbles Yarns. This is, I've been holding on to this yarn probably since she first started dyeing. It was one of her first updates, I guess. And I just love the color. It's this really nice merino silk color. And it's got these blues and greens and purples, and it's really nice. I knit this up to have crisscross straps in the back. And while you're knitting it, you really start questioning whether it's actually going to fit, because there's so much negative ease built into the pattern. And it's gorgeous. It fits really nicely. I don't see myself wearing this as a standalone top because I'm just not that kind of a girl. That's just not my style. But I see myself wearing it as more of a layering piece, especially in the cooler months. I could talk a little bit more about the yarn. I mentioned is a merino silk blend. It is her silky yarn base in the Calypso colorway. I love it. I love it. I just want to roll around in it and knit everything out of it. But it's so soft and it's so dreamy and lightweight and it looks really nice. I'm not going to try it on for you either because guys, it's hot and that's all. So that's that. Finished object. What else? What else do I have to show you guys today? I have been spinning. I have not really been spinning in ages. I haven't really spun much since my son was born because I am more of a wheel spinner. But my son gets into everything and it's very difficult to spin on my wheel when my son is around, and he's always around. So there. So I had started spinning this fiber. I believe it's merino. It has a merino feel. Probably last summer, and I put it away for a while and I finished it up kind of just last week or so. It's been really hot, so sometimes like spinning on a spindle is preferable in the heat. I did not ply it yet. I am planning on chain plying this single once I get around to it. I'm probably going to ply it on the wheel only because plying it on a spindle just eludes me. I don't love spinning on a spindle, but it worked. I wanted to finish this up. So this is some gorgeous yarn, fiber. Can't even speak. Heat is melting my brain, my goodness. By Looliemom Fiber Arts. And Adele, who is the dyer, I've known her for quite some time. She was a member of the spinning guild I used to belong to some time ago. And so I've known her for ages and I love running into her at the festivals, but she dyes some really gorgeous fiber. She uses great colors. And so I spun this up. This is the single. And it's got these blues and it's come across purple on here, but it's really like a deep dark red. Purpley red, I guess. And it's a top whorl spindle. But yes, so I'm going to ply it, chain ply it. So this way I use up all the yardage. I didn't ply it right away because, you know, it's good to let your singles rest a day. They've probably been resting for about a week, so I could ply them whenever I got around to it, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So, spinning. Now, those are all things that are finished. I have started another sweater because 1, I've been eyeing the sweater for ages. 2, all these little projects were just flying off my needles. I'm like, man, I need something that's going to stay on here a little bit more long term. I don't have time to keep winding up yarn. So I cast on the Threshold sweater by Berg. And this is a pattern that appeared in, let's see if I have the name of it. It was like a group of patterns. I don't know if it was a book or just an ebook or what have you. I think it was called like Textures the New Black or something like that. But all the patterns in there they were textured patterns. So I've been wanting to cast this on for ages. And I bought yarn. I bought a sweater's quantity worth of yarn, not at this past Rhinebeck, but the Rhinebeck before. And after I got back, I had kind of wanted to use it for the sweater. I just hadn't gotten around to casting it on. Because I had my husband's sweater, and then I cast on the Ixchel sweater, and then everybody else needs something. So I am working with whorl's wash fingering. And this is 100% marine washable certified organic merino in the Northern Cardinal colorway. And it's this deep red. I don't think it's going to come. I think it's going to be, yeah. It's brighter on camera than it is in real life. It's a little bit more of a deeper red than it's showing. But this is the front. It's got a boat neck. As you can see, here's the neck opening. And it's going to be a drop down shoulder construction. So this part is actually going to drop down here a little bit and the sleeves will go from there. So the front has this triangle pattern going across. And you see in each triangle, there's half the triangle is stockinette and half is, well, I guess one side would be knit and the other side would be furled. It's actually been a really interesting construction because you start by casting on this ribbing on the front, no, the back, you cast on the back. And the back is all stockinette. So you do the ribbing here and then you knit a few inches of stockinette. And then what you do is you pick up stitches along here and then you knit this front ribbing and you knit a few inches of this pattern and then you join in the round. So I thought that was actually kind of interesting. So I've joined in the round. I have my armholes and I am about 75% done with the waist shaping. There's very minimal waist shaping. It's like a boxy kind of sweater, but not really. It's a little bit more fitted than most boxy things, I think. But anyway, so that's that. So it comes down to about here so far, and I'm really liking the way it comes out. It's coming out. I've never worked with wool before, but I had heard really good things about it, and I'm really enjoying the way that this is knitting up. It's a cabled diamond, but I am doing cabling without a needle, which I learned how to do that doing the twinkling lights, twinkling trees pattern. I'll try to remember to put it in the show notes down below later on. A pattern by Little Bobbins that I knit around Christmas time, and it's got like a zigzag going across the top, or like Christmas trees, it looks like. It's twinkling something. I don't know if it's twinkling toes, twinkling trees, or what. I feel like I'm very out of focus today. I don't know what's up with that. I'm sorry. But I haven't had as much caffeine today as I sound like, I swear. I've only had the 1 cup. I sound like my mom when she's had caffeine. I can't stop talking. Blah, 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 blah. So this is coming along really nicely. Cabling without a needle, which makes it so much easier. And it's really been a pleasure to knit. I'm really enjoying working on this. I wish the color was showing off better on camera. It's a little bit deeper, not quite so bright as it's showing there. But it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm just about finished with the first skein. I've got 2 more skeins to go. It's just this deep red. Still, the lighting here is not doing it any justice. Sorry. But that's what I've been working on. Now I know I mentioned that I started my Christmas knitting by knitting those pair of socks, and I know that I should be casting on other things, but I can't seem to stop myself from working on this. I am kind of making my Christmas knitting plans. Since I'm starting months earlier, I find myself being quite a bit more lackadaisical than I probably should be. But that's just the way it goes. It's July, and it's hot as heck out there. So that's all. So that's what I've been working on. I hope you guys are all having a very wonderful summer. We just have a lot going on. I'm not going to talk about it too much here. For now, at least, as things progress, I'll probably bring it up because it will affect things here. I can't promise that I will have another podcast up like that because our schedule right now is just a little crazy. So that being said, have a wonderful weekend. I hope you're having a wonderful summer and that you're staying nice and cool wherever you guys may be. And that's it. Goodbye. Mwah.